Hi, I'm Hannah with Beach King, and today I'm going to show you how to put together the pad, which is a portable aluminum deck. There's a few tools that you'll need today to assemble your pad. A 1/4-inch wrench, or you can use an impact. A 1/2-inch wrench, or you could also use the 1/2 inch on the impact. A drill, and a vice grip is optional. The first step to setting up the pad is you'll want to flip your pad on the side and insert the legs. Your leg sockets are going to come preloaded with hardware, so you'll want to loosen up the bolts before you insert the leg. Each pad comes with 4 20-inch legs, so we're going to go ahead and install them. So once you have all the legs inserted into the pad, you're going to want to flip the pad over and then adjust the legs as needed. So it's super easy to adjust our legs. As you can see that this leg needs to be brought down. You just need to loosen up the bolt and you can drop the leg down. For this next step, you're going to need the end plate, 1 panel of decking, 2 railing brackets, a right and a left, 3/4 inch socket as well as a 1/2 inch socket, and 2 carriage bolts with the washer and the nut on them. The first step is you are going to want to slide the decking in, and you'll want to make sure that our Beach King logo is closest to you. Slide that in. We put this in first because it adds some stability when you're putting on the end plate. So next I'll grab the end plate. You want to make sure that the end plate lines up on each end. So you'll have your bracket for your railing, and you are going to slide it over and line up the holes. You'll then take your carriage bolt and slide it through the hole. And you'll have to reach under to put on the washer and the nut. You're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side with the other bracket. Making sure that you line up those holes. Slide the carriage bolt through. Put on the washer and the nut. So next, I'm going to take my 1/2 inch socket and I'm going to reach around and tighten those bolts up. So now that you have your brackets on and tightened, you're going to grab a railing and slide it into the brackets. You might have to wiggle it a little bit and tighten those bolts up. The next step is we're going to put on the front railing. So on the front railing, the holes are not pre-drilled. You will need a drill to put the railing on. The easiest way to do this is to take your right and left bracket and put your hand railing inside the bracket so that it lines up. I'm going to tighten these bolts up so that the railing stays. So once you have your railing tightened in your brackets, you're going to lift it up, slide the brackets over the deck, and slide it all the way to the far side, in this case all the way to the right. So I'm going to take my 3/4 inch, reach underneath, and tighten up those bolts. This hole is not pre-drilled, so you're going to need to take your drill and drill directly through the hole that's already on the bracket. You'll want to make sure that your bracket is all the way up to the bottom of the deck. So to put on the front railings, you're going to need to drill the holes through it. So one thing to point out is it's going to be helpful if you have a 5/16 drill bit that is longer than normal. Another thing to point out is that you can set up the pad by yourself, but it is always helpful to have somebody there to help. So I'm going to have Sean come in and help me put on this front railing. Okay, the next step is to put on the steps. So what I like to do is I like to line up the steps with the pad where I think I would like them to see. This is gonna help me know where to put the brackets to attach the steps. So I know kind of where I want them. I'm gonna put the first bracket on and tighten that bolt. So now that I have the first bracket on, I'm gonna slide the step right into that bracket. That's gonna help me know where to put the second bracket for the other side of the steps. So now that your steps are on, you're gonna add the hand railings. So you'll take your hand railing, slide it through this bracket, and you're gonna put this bottom pad on, slide that through. Then you're gonna take your 1/4 inch socket, tighten those up, and do the same thing to the other side. One quick note is if you are planning to put multiple decks together, you're gonna need 2 quick clips per section. So to attach that, you just slide it right over the frame, tighten it up, and then your other deck will come and slide right into this bracket. All right, so now that we have most of the deck assembled, it's starting to look like a real deck, we are gonna slide in the rest of the decking into the pad. You'll notice that our decking has a lip on this side. You wanna make sure that the panels are all facing the right way so that they line up nicely. So again, Beach King logo is facing that direction. And you can just slide them in. So now we're gonna put the last step of the deck on. So we're gonna grab the end cap. And again, you're gonna wanna put the cap on and line up the corners. So you'll put that on, grab your bracket, make sure that the holes line up. Then you're gonna need your carriage bolt, slide that through. And you'll just have to reach under on this to put on the washer and the bolt. Okay, now you're gonna slide on your last railing and wiggle it in. All right, that's it. I hope that this helps you guys install your pad. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your local dealer or us here at Beach King. We really hope that you guys enjoy your pad.